Good morning, everyone. My name is Anjali Jain, and my presentation is on critical path. What is PERT? PERT refers to Program Evaluation and Review Technique. It is a technique adopted by the organizations to analyze and represent the activity in a project and to illustrate the flow of events in a project. The main goal of PERT is to reduce the cost and time needed to complete a project. It was developed in 1950 by the US Navy during the Cold War and is intended for large projects which are complex, require a series of sequential tasks performed in parallel with other projects. What is critical path? The critical path is the longest sequence of activities in a project plan which must be completed on time for the project to complete on due date. What is critical path method? It is an algorithm for planning, managing and analyzing the timing of a project. The step-by-step CPM system helps to identify critical and non-critical tasks from the project start to completion and prevents temporary risk. They have zero time reserve. What are the roots of critical path method? It was developed by one of the American companies in 1957. Its employees planned to close, repair, and restart chemical plants. The tasks in this project were numerous and complex. That's why they required such a method. Determining the critical path. It has mainly 6 steps. Number 1. Drawing the network diagram. To determine the critical path, a network diagram is necessary. There are two types of network diagrams. One is activity on arrow, next is activity on node. Second step is enter durations. The duration for each task is entered. This is pretty straightforward. Next is perform the forward pass. It starts from left hand side of the network diagram and proceeds to the left right. It determines early start and early finish. The earliest start means the earliest date that the task can start, and earliest finish means the earliest date that the task can finish. Next is the sequence to performing a forward pass are start by entering a 1 in the top of the left box of the first task. This is the earliest start date of the first task and the starting date for the project. Determine the earliest finish of the first task and enter it into the top right box. Earliest finish equals to earliest start plus duration minus 1. Proceed to the earliest start of the second task, that is earliest start 2 equals to early finish 1 plus 1. Proceed through each task by entering the early start and early finish. Next is perform the backward pass. It starts from right side of the network and proceeds to the left. It determines the latest start, which is the latest date that the task can start, and the latest finish, which is the latest date that the task can finish. Next is enter the floats. Enter the floats for each task in the bottom center box. Float equals to earliest finish minus earliest start. Thank you.